Hey everybody, this is Vril. Welcome back to Extended Timeline World War II. We are now up to July of 2005, and in the last episode we had quite a few wars firing off. One of them was the Newfoundland War for Independence. Newfoundland was backed up by the USA, the Germans, and actually the Netherlands at one point in time. And somewhere in that war, the Netherlands actually peaced out with the British, and they ended up giving Dutch Guyana to the British, but at the end of the war, when the Newfoundland gained their independence, they were able to get that area back for the Dutch here. So Dutch Guyana is back. Now, over in the British Isles, they were also able to gain independence for Wales here, so that's kind of interesting. We'll see how long that lasts. Over in the east, we had a Kochi-Nepalese war. That was between Nepal and Bhutan here, and Kochi was able to take all of their territory. Over in Africa, we had a war between Guinea and Niger, and Guinea was able to take a couple provinces from Niger. Then down in South America, we had a war between Brazil and Argentina. Brazil was able to take quite a few provinces from Argentina, and they were able to gain the independence of Paraguay and Uruguay. So that's where we stand. Let's have a look at the militaries of the world. We have the Chinese, followed by the USA, Soviet Union, Germany, and Italy has moved into the top 5. I don't recall them being in the top 5 before in this series. We also have, I wanted to note, the Iranians moving in here pretty high. The Germans and the British completely out of manpower, so I don't expect much from them this episode. In terms of wars that are going on, not as many, but that's a little bit better, I would say, at least in terms of us following them. We have the Omani Yemeni Nationalist War, Soviet-Japanese Imperialist War. This is another Soviet-Japanese war going on. We've had several of these through the series, and the Venezuelan British West Indies Imperialist War. So let me go ahead and start progressing time, and I just wanted to quickly note that Venezuela has captured Jamaica here from the British West Indies. Now, I don't expect them to do too much more because they're going to need some pretty heavy transports to move this 40k stack over to, say, Trinidad here with British West Indies 31k stack. Now, over in the Middle East, we have got a battle between, it's going to be won by the Omanis here against the Yemen. Now, Yemen, I did not mention this, but Yemen gained their independence from the British at some point in this series, and so they've got their independence, but the Italians also, I think it was the Italians, were able to gain their independence for them. So that is where that stands. Looks like Oman's going to be able to win that war pretty easily. Over in the Far East, we've got this war between the Soviets and the Japanese still going on. We'll see if the Soviets can actually move some troops into the mainland Japan, or maybe they can move it into Taiwan or the Philippines here. We'll see what happens. I'd be curious if the French end up going after Vietnam, trying to gain back. They had previously, I think it was Laos, they had taken back when Laos had gained their independence. And we'll see if the French care about gaining Vietnam back in French Indochina. We will see. So yeah, it looks like there's a lot of blockades going on. The Soviets have this whole area blockaded. We've got... I did not notice this before. I don't think it was at the start of this series, or at the start of this episode, that were the Chinese in this war. I don't recall seeing them, but they certainly are now, and the Chinese are moving troops into mainland Japan. So we'll have to see how the Japanese react to this. And I did notice that the Yemeni Oman war ended. It looks like Oman took over most of Yemen. Yemen is still one province nation, so they're, unless they can get some rebels or something in Oman here, they're not looking too hot. We also have a second Cape Colony War for Independence. We've got Cape Colony backed by the Spanish, the Netherlands, bunch of other British colonies against Great Britain and Mexico. Let's see anybody else. Soviet Union are in this one, is Mozambique and Thailand. So the Mexicans are lucky here that the Americans are not part of this independence movement, because they're not going to have to be invaded by the Americans again. They've had that happen several times, being invaded by the Americans in this series. Let me quickly look at... We've got some major rebellion problems going on in Portugal. We've got revolutionaries all over the place. So yeah, what we wanted to look at was the Cape colonies and other British colonies trying to gain their independence. They have the help of Spain, so we will see what happens here. We've got, yeah, the Dutch are helping out, so the British might take back the Dutch Guyana that I was just talking about a couple minutes ago. So being that see if British Australia can gain their independence. So yeah, the Netherlands are on the side. We'll see what they can do. The Netherlands had a chunk taken from them actually it was by the Soviets, but the Soviets gave that to the British, that chunk of, I guess it's Malaysia here. I think that's where that is. Anyway, let's have a look at what's going on with the Chinese invading. It looks like they were pushed off. They had landed here, and they were pushed off the mainland, but they are back. Again, they are not using a military leader, though, so I'm not sure why they're not doing that. And you can see the Japanese are taking care of them, but there's a bunch more Chinese to throw at the Japanese here. We saw that they have, I think they've got 1 million. We've just had a few more. They've got 1 million manpower. They've got 1 million troops. So we'll see what they can do. They can throw a lot at it. We've got a French-British West Indian War. So the French have declared a war against the British West Indies and Newfoundland. So the British West Indies are involved in quite a bit. Actually, I did not notice this before, but the Venezuelan British West Indian War is also with the Newfoundland here. So interesting that the French are trying to, take some of, I guess, Canada, but they're kind of looking at the wrong area here. They want to be in Quebec instead of Newfoundland, but okay, it works. Yeah, so we'll see if the Chinese need to, if they're going to move troops into Japan, let's actually put a leader on them. Maybe they'll end up putting some troops in Taiwan here. We'll see what happens. This ship's certainly not carrying anybody. There's no troops on that one either. Maybe they could move into the Philippines as well. Looks like the Soviets are, because of that, the colony wars going on, they're allied with Thailand here. So we'll see if the Soviets end up moving into the Netherlands here. The Netherlands seems to have been able to capture these areas. I'm not sure. They're going to need, unless they can get a blockade going here, they're going to need to get some transports to move across into what is Thailand here. Okay, well, actually, we're calling, I think it's called British Indochina. We've got British Brunei here as well. Okay, what have we got here? Okay, I was going to say, I thought Brunei had actually taken back parts of the actual province of Brunei there from the Americans, but they did not. So that is where we are. More Chinese moving into the mainland of Japan, getting fought off. Look at all these. We do have some transports here, so they might be bringing more troops ashore, but who knows. Need to have a leader on those. Okay, we've got a Serbian conquest here against Montenegro. That's Serbia backed up by Bulgaria, Croatia, and Poland against Montenegro and Greece. We'll have a look at this, but I really think that Serbia is probably, although Serbia is only a one province deal here, so just have a look here. Okay, so the Greeks have not had much of an army throughout this series. They've really had a very small army. The only reason that the Turks here have not been able to invade Greece is because the Greeks were allied with the Italians. So again, we've got... This is actually a decent war. It looks like Poland is taking out the Greeks here, though. So this could go quite well for the Serbians, actually, here. Yeah, let's see. Do we have... Yeah, Montenegro, Bulgaria. Yeah, I think that... Let's see. We've got positive war score for the Serbians so far. Just looking at what else. So actually the Japanese fighting off the Chinese and the Soviets, holding strong there, and they've been able to actually push that war score back slightly. It looks like the Serbians are capturing Montenegro here. So actually, yeah, I don't remember if this was an episode or multiple episodes ago, but the Bulgarians, we actually had both a Serbia, which is this province here is Serbia, and we actually had the actual Yugoslavia as an independent nation that held the actual province of Serbia, and it looks like the Bulgarians ended up taking that. I would be curious to see if they give that back to Serbia, because Serbia is Serbia without the province of Serbia. Okay. That is very complicated. Okay, let's see anything else. We've got... Where are the French actually fighting this war against? They might just be doing some naval blockades at this point. Let's quickly look here. The West Indies is just going to be this area. So yeah, actually the French have landed. Okay, so they actually have troops. Low morale, though, in the British West Indies. British West Indies, are they... Did they gain their independence? Yeah, they did, because that's why they're not being helped by anybody. They gained their independence as well in that whole Newfoundland War for Independence, it looks like, anyway. Yeah, they certainly did. Okay. Apparently allied with Peru there. But Peru is not part of that war. We've got a couple more wars firing off. Let's see, we've got Saudi Arabia and Yemeni nationalist war. This is... Okay, this is for that one province that Yemen still has here, so... I'm going to knock up the speed just a little bit here. Are the Saudis going to be able to figure out a way into Yemen, though? Okay, I mean, because they're blocked off completely. You can see the Yemen has these claims there. I head on back over to Japan. Okay, we've got... The Chinese have landed with a leader, a one-star general. So I don't know, that probably won't go too well, but the Japanese might not have the manpower to really do much about it. Let me just start sorting this by war score here so I can more easily follow. It looks like Serbia is doing really, really well against Montenegro and Greece here. So we'll see what they end up taking. Looking at our diplomatic map here just to show you. Okay. But yeah, I think this is the most interesting thing going on. It looks like the Chinese just beat the Japanese on their home turf, so this is all going to go downhill from here for the Japanese. So that is... they've been defeated on their home turf. It's pretty big here for the Soviets and the Chinese. We'll see what happens. When they finish this war, do they create an independent Korea, or do the Soviets take Korea for themselves, or we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll create a communist Korea as the entire peninsula there. We will see. Okay, we've got an Albanian conquest of Montenegro now, and we have a Turkish reconquest here, so Turkey backed by the Egyptians against Greece. Again, not going to be very smart, though, for the Turks, because the Italians are strong. This is the third time that the Turks have tried this, and this is not going to go well. Let's have a look. So Serbia took over all of Montenegro, other than one province, and you can see the Albanians just actually took that province right when we were looking at it as well. Anything else? Yeah, it looked like things were moving there. I thought maybe the Romanians had declared war on Serbia. So let's watch. We've got the Italians with their 90k 3-star general that are going to obliterate the Turks here. And actually Bulgaria took a couple provinces, maybe just one province, as that battle. Actually, the Turks are beating the Italians here. Wow. They just did. They beat the Italians there. Wow. I am amazed. They still have a negative war score, though. I don't know what that's about. We have Canada is now at war with Newfoundland here. Apparently, the France had finished off their war in the West Indies there too. So let me just quickly. I just want to see if the French had taken parts of Newfoundland here. No, I didn't think that they would. They did end up taking a couple islands here in the West Indies, as well as no, they had that the whole time. Okay, yeah. I was going to say that little area in South America there. They've had that the whole time. So Soviet imperialist war. I think we know that's. We'll check this when it ends. It's pretty clear who's going to win that. Although the Japanese are back with a 90k stack, so yeah, we'll keep checking on that. But I'm curious about this Turkish battle here. So, okay, looks like the Italians are focused in. Okay, the Egyptians, are they going to be able to pull that off? Looks like they did. No, they didn't. It looks like the Italians won that. Sorry, we're going a little fast for me to be able to tell that. We've got the Greeks have even captured. Well, that's because the Italians are over here. Got Israeli stack here, just sitting there watching what's going on. So Turkey has occupied this one province. Let's say that the Italians have somewhere they've got a blockade here because of that war score. So Canada's going to be taking Newfoundland here. Let's quickly check that out. Yeah, Canada, Newfoundland doesn't have much of a chance, although in Newfoundland, I thought they might be allied with the Americans, and the Americans were not doing anything. The Newfoundland had a bunch of claims on Canada, so obviously there was going to be tension there. Heading back over to... So the Turks are completely occupying Greece now. It looks like they've got free reign, and you can see that Soviet Union war just ended as well. Let me knock down our speed and check out what's going on here. What happened? Okay, okay, we've got... No, that's not... I think that very little happened, so what's the deal? Maybe they changed government types or something like that. No, it's still the Emperor. I don't know, I'll have to look at that between episodes to see if there's something I'm missing. I don't want to spend too much time on it. While we're in here, while we have the Turks occupying Greece here, we do have this 66k stack of the Italians here. The Turks might want to... Okay, Egypt is not part of this war anymore, so the Turks are going it alone here. We've got an American change of government in Brunei. We've actually had wars like that before with the Americans in Brunei. That's at least the second time we've had that. Possibly the third, but maybe very early on we had a war between them. Well, we'll see. The Italians here with their 3-star general. Let me knock up the speed. I didn't realize we were on 1 speed. Okay, so there are the Turks going to be able to get their army together? This is going to be decisive. I think this is where the Turks lose this one, really. Do have full morale here with this 44k stack, though. Okay, there. So now they've got the larger army, but it looks like they're going through troops really, really quickly. Some Greek troops joining in. So yeah, I think that this is going to end the episode here when we get the result here. It looks like the Turks fought that off. Okay. Alright, so I think we'll end the episode here. I hope you enjoyed this one, and please consider hitting the like button if you did, as it really helps out the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.